So you grew up in Toronto.
Well, I was born in
You were
Toronto.
born in Toronto.
Grew up in Vancouver.
Grew up in Vancouver, and now was
Port
it
Moody.
couple?
Well, Burnaby and Port Moody, actually.
Okay.
For people who are in Vancouver, that's different. That's
Okay.
like it's like saying you're from Toronto and actually you're from maybe like Oakville or something.
Oh yeah, that would be embarrassing. You can't
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. He's from the suburbs.
I'm from the suburbs.
Is that
yeah.
the way to think of those
Yeah, yeah,
places?
yeah.
Okay. The suburbs of Vancouver, and then you moved back to Toronto a couple years ago. Last year.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago, I guess, May of 2023.
Okay. Cool. And you do stand up all across Canada.
Yeah.
So I feel like I want to play a game with you, and I feel like
Sure.
you'll be perfect for this game.
Okay.
We're going to draw who we think lives in all of the Canadian provinces.
Okay.
And we're gonna go through with it. Can be as silly, wild as you want, but just when you
Okay.
hear whatever. So I think let's go west to east. Let's start with
Okay.
BC.
Okay.
Your home. We're gonna
Sure.
draw BC
Sure.
people.
Okay.
The British Columbians, right? That's how you
British Columbians,
talk
that's
about
us.
them. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
We're gonna show the camera in 3, 2, 1. This is okay. You got like somebody cycling.
They're skiing and they're thinking about a mountain biking.
They're never happy.
Yeah.
Okay, mine is I drew 3 people, and they're
Okay.
all dressed identically, and they're all wearing Patagonia vests and hiking boots and the exact same outfit.
Yeah.
And then they all have glasses because they're really concerned
Yeah,
about
yeah.
their brain health.
Like the last one's a little bit Picasso-esque when you have to hurry
I
up.
was
on
running
the-
out of time.
You
Yeah.
could have just really drawn one guy well, but you had to do 3.
Yeah, well, because I really wanted to show that like none of them have a distinct like personality.
Sure,
that they're
yeah,
all
yeah.
like like each other.
Respect.
Do you think that's accurate of your understanding of BC?
Totally,
It's
yeah.
like yeah.
It's very BC for me. Yeah. People are like that is in the winter everybody's identity is like skiing or snowboarding, and in the summer it's mountain biking or hiking. No, nothing against that really.
Yeah.
It's just that I feel like I got that out of my system growing up.
Yeah,
Got that out of my system.
yeah. You're done with that. Are you an outdoorsy person?
Not really anymore. I do sometimes feel like I have a yearning to go into nature. I feel like that's healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the nearest playground.
Yeah, or
whatever's available.
sometimes I'll be like, why is my mental health not doing great? And it's like, oh, I just haven't like seen a tree in 3 weeks.
Yeah. No, I feel that too. I grew up in a really like outdoorsy family, and I think like as a teenager I was like, ugh, like everybody else is going to Disneyland. Why are we going like backcountry camping? This is so stupid. But then like now I have like a really like good appreciation for just like even just like a couple minutes outside, like just breathing some fresh air feels good. So you win on that one, BC. We'll give you that. Do you think somebody who's not outdoorsy could live in Vancouver and not be ostracized?
I mean, the thing about Vancouver is it's not like people are actively ostracizing you. That's the subtle thing. It kind of gets in your head. People they don't do it on purpose. I think what it is people in BC and Vancouver particularly, everybody there is quite I would say like nervous, a little bit like not super self-assured because they don't get as much practice socializing as people in other cities. That's what I think.
Interesting.
When I lived in Vancouver, I genuinely thought that I had like a clinical case of social anxiety.
Oh.
And then I moved to Toronto and I just get to hang out with friends all the time and I go, oh no.
I just wasn't
Because socializing is something you have to practice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to actually get good at it. You don't it's not just like, oh, I'm naturally social, I'm naturally not. It's like, is my family social? Am I hanging out with friends all the time? You know, so that's what a lot of people struggled during the pandemic. Like it was hard to
right.
But then since after the pandemic, like once I moved to Toronto, I get to go to comedy bar, hang out with people all the time. So I mostly just feel bad for people in Vancouver who don't get
like have that kind of community.
It's like
I feel like it's also like it's situational too, right? Like there's someone else who maybe was like, I can't find community at all in Toronto, but then moves to Vancouver and it's like, yo, these are my people. Like they have their equivalent of the comedy bar or whatever, you know, like there.
I will say the only people that I know in Vancouver who are having like what seems to be a really good time are people who are working for like maybe a real estate company.
Oh, okay.
Like a developer.
Yeah.
They have those sort of jobs that ultimately might be sort of destroying the world.
Right.
Those are the people who are thriving socially.
Okay. Interesting.
Vancouver.
I feel like all the hippies out there would be like, yo, Take off those Blundstones. You don't deserve to wear them with that kind of job.
I mean, I hope those people are like the sort of East Van folks.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, so many of those like cool indie venues just keep getting shut down by developers. So it's like literally just a struggle to find a place to hang out most of the time.
Yeah. Well, you know, come back next time Alistair's on the podcast. We'll do a full dissertation on the lack of third space.
Yeah, lack of third space. You know how I knew that Toronto was good is I didn't know the term third space. Found out about the term third space while I was in my third space.
What's your third space?
I'd say comedy bar.
Yeah. I guess it is like pretty like low cost to like entry. Like you,
totally. Because
I mean, you work there, like, or we work there.
I have home. Like, I have like a co-working office that I go to.
Oh, nice. Okay, great.
And then I have comedy bar.
Yeah.
And then like whatever comedy clubs else, but
having a place to hang is important, guys. Get outside, socialize a little bit.
I feel like I've had a lot of hot takes. I've had a lot of hot takes.
Keep them coming, okay?
Something I keep coming. Accidentally going viral, pissing people off in geographic regions of Canada.
Well, we're about to draw Alberta, let's walk the F in for that one, okay? All right, let's draw Alberta, Alistair.
Okay.
Okay,
this is very cliche, but here we are.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Wow, you got a lot done. Oh my god!
I really like to tell a story with my art.
That's incredible.
That's one thing about me. Okay,
you're drawing whole scenes and characters.
I'm making a movie right now.
I'm trying to do one guy with a thought.
What do you think this is?
Big family, I guess.
A big family.
What are they, Mennonites or something?
My family is actually of Mennonite descent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not from Alberta, though. Just in case anyone's wondering.
It looks like it's like, just two cowboys spawning minions.
Okay, so that's kind of right. Okay, so what I was going for was there's one big oil baron cowboy.
Sure.
Okay, and he's holding the hand of another cowboy because he's actually closeted, but he just wants to be in love, but he just like doesn't know how to do that because I'm like, why would you hate gay people so much if you're not like a little gay yourself, right? And then underneath them, it's a bunch of men that are making $100K a year but have no high school education.
Oh, okay.
So that was my interpretive.
Yeah, I suppose that's what this guy is.
Is it? Okay, so who did you...
It's supposed to be oil spurting out of the ground.
Ooh.
That's what that is. And then a guy going, hey.
Hey. I also, we can't get this level of detail with stick figures, but I feel like he's shooting finger guns at the spurring oil.
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of
nice.
What I was going for. This is the thing about Alberta is that, like, there's a lot of, I went to an Edmonton Oilers game one of the times I was there last, and there was a guy with an Oilers jersey walking in front of me out of the game, and the name of the player just said Rig Pig. It said Rig Pig 69.
No.
And this is the thing is about those guys, even though they have some of the most problematic views you can imagine, very charismatic.
Yeah.
Very charismatic guy. Lovely guys, actually, as long as you are not like certain demographics, which is unfortunate. But
can light up a room and will also vote against all your rights. But
exactly.
He can light up a room.
It's very confusing.
Yeah. It's like disorienting. Now, how can you imagine being a woman trying to date in 2024? You're like, oh my God, they're so charismatic, but they're like really awful.
I got empathy. Yeah. This is the thing, though, I do have to say about people in Alberta is that also you will find some of the most sort of like progressive people.
In
places like Edmonton or Calgary, because they're sort of like the yin and the yang of how conservative. You have some very, very progressive, very lovely like people who are super passionate about great causes. This is great, and this is also educational. I feel like if there's any like new Canadians or like people trying to master their Canadian geography, like we're gonna help you out here. Okay, this is everything you need to know. We're helping people study for the citizenship test right now.
Okay, I was in Halifax over the summer, and I went to the Immigration Museum, and they have like mock like citizenship tests to fill it out. And like I did my master's in public administration. Like I think like that's like about like Canadian politics and the policy process. So I was like, I should know these things. I lost by one question. Like I would not have passed the test. Like it's actually a hard test. Wow. It was kind of embarrassing.
Okay, what was the question?
I can't remember, but it was like stuff of like who's the head of government in Canada? I don't know. Am I spilling state secrets? Can I like I don't know, can I say like what's like whatever, but like the head of government in Canada is like the queen.
Like that's a secret?
Yeah.
No, she's on all the money.
But like I mean like I don't know, like I'm okay, they had it in the Immigration Museum for public consumption. So I'm like, Sorry, can you tell the anxiety just kicked in where I was like, I had no problem calling you Kevin Leary.
Yeah, the high school version of you with all the like notes in the notebook, the whatever. Yeah, I can tell you were always worried that someone was going to try to cheat off of you.
Yeah,
yeah. I actually can't tell you that.
That's the energy I was getting. Like, no, I was like a very principled person.
Yeah, like, can I have a look at your notes from class? It's like, actually, no, I can't let you do that.
Yeah. There was. I went to a really small elementary school, and at our grade 8 graduation, because there was only 20 kids in the class, like I was gonna say professors, there's teachers, like the 4 teachers that like taught us different subjects, like all put on like a skit of like the different like personas of like the kids in the class and just hold up a different sign for someone else. And for me, it was like literally that being like, no, it's not this title, it's called this, and then being like, what are you doing? Like it was like. And I think about that every day and wonder if
I'm Hermione.
I kind of was a little bit, and I think about that every day and wonder if I got more or less annoying as I've progressed. But nobody answer that. Nobody write in the comments what you think the answer is that. Okay, we had to do Saskatchewan. I'm wondering, should we do the prairies together? You know, I know they hate that, but like we're just gonna do.
I went to Saskatchewan for the first time this year.
So did I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was only in Regina though.
I don't really know what I think of people as, I mean, should we draw, like, are we going to do all of them? How many do you want to do?
You know what? I think we're probably going to lose people's interest if we draw all 13 provinces.
I'll tell you what I picture when I picture someone from Saskatchewan. Ripped dude.
Ripped dude.
And he's married to a woman with an incredible balayage.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And but like she's got great hair, but like she doesn't have her nails done because like they're working.
Yeah.
Like she like doesn't have that kind of luxuries in her life.
Yeah. Similarly in Winnipeg.
Okay, let's draw who we think lives in Winnipeg.
It's Winnipeg specifically?
Yeah.
We're doing provinces.
Yeah,
just
we were
Winnipeg.
doing like, okay, let's go.
I really don't want to do something cartoonish for that.
Okay, let's draw the prairies.
Just Winnipeg and Saskatchewan?
Or kind of Manitoba and Saskatchewan.
Manitoba. Why can't I? All right.
We did Alberta already. Let's draw some of that.
All right. I want to say the stuff that I tried to do at the top was supposed to be snow, but I didn't really.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's see. What do you got?
We're actually pretty similar. Okay. You just went for cowboy hats again.
Okay, I'm going to say what I think yours is.
Okay.
I think yours is a farm girl and a farm lad around their wheat. And you already revealed the snow, so it's snow falling down.
Although, I guess the wheat wouldn't grow at the same time as the snow is falling.
Probably not, but we're in a fantasy world here.
That's how little I know about that lifestyle.
This is what do you think mine is?
It looks like it's similar. It looks like farmers, maybe on the side of a river holding pitchforks.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Except it's not. This isn't a river. This is a road because they have like those bends in the road so that you don't get bored driving.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like on like the Trans-Canada Highway, they got little like zoops in it because otherwise you're just like, she flat.
Wow.
Like,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, when I was driving through Saskatchewan this year, it was less flat than I thought it was going to be.
Oh.
Which is crazy.
Congrats, Saskatchewan, on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. This girl got real busty since I last saw you.
Yeah, Saskatchewan got a couple implants, I think. Yeah. I think that's what that was on the drive from Regina to Saskatoon.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Let's do Ontario next.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't really know if I believe in this, but
we're just gonna roll with it. We're already giving hot takes. Okay, you ready? We're gonna show them.
Oh God.
We kind of went for the same road. So Alistair wrote,
our minds are melding.
I am awesome, and I wrote a girl with a t-shirt that says I heart me. So wait, okay, let me explain to you mine. Mine is a girl with like really big lips, really long hair. She's got the I heart me thing going on, and then this dude is like muscle man, but he's got a tie because he's like business.
Okay, yeah. All right,
and this is the future Prime Minister of Canada and his girlfriend.
Yeah, mine is just sort of regular guy. I tried to draw a circular face, and then he kind of has a lump in the side of his face. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say hot take, and that's because of what Doug Ford has done to the healthcare system in this province. That's
Amen.
the lump.
Amen. That was because he was biking on Bloor Street. There's no bike lanes anymore. And he got a head injury.
And he can't sue the province.
Yeah.
to get the money to fix him.
You want to know something crazy about? So I was at the LCBO last night. I know, sick. And they handed me a paper bag. And I like said to the cashier, I was like, oh, you guys got paper bags back again. And he was like, yeah, well, you know, like it's elections coming up. So like, you know, he wanted to give people paper bags back. And I was like, yo, buck of beer was bad enough, but now it's just paper bags. Like,
Just paper bags?
Just paper bags at the LCBO. That's enough to get people out to the polls. I don't know.
Yeah, this is like my hot take because like I said, I've only lived in Toronto for like a year and a half.
Please give us the outsider perspective.
But this is how I know that my life is good and that I'm living a pretty privileged existence, because when Doug Ford announced the Bloor Street bike lane removal, that was the moment where I was like, enough is enough. Like, he's been wreaking havoc on this province for I don't even know how long, like, doing all sorts of horrible stuff. That was the moment where I was like, okay, we actually really need to stop this guy. Like,
he's gone too far.
Yeah. Just such an insufferable energy for a person to have, I think. When that's the big political issue, is that I can't ride my city bike down Bloor Street as easily anymore.
Right. Yeah. You're like a 2-tier healthcare system, no problem. But the bike lanes, like, where am I supposed to go?
Also, the fact that they passed that law where they're like, yeah, if you get injured or die because of the lack of bike lanes, you can't sue the province. It's like,
that's so,
it's like, how do you write that up and be like, oh, I'm a good person?
Yeah.
You know, it's like that. I think it seems evil, right?
Yeah.
Am I crazy? I don't know how you can really argue.
No,
about that.
I feel like it's like you don't get somebody to be like, you can't complain, or like, you know, you sign this NDA, but just like, it's chill, you know, like, I don't know. You got to know. But
it seems bad.
I'm trying to think, do I have any more takes on the bike lane situation? Pro for the bike lanes being removed though. Less insufferable hipsters on the dating apps, potentially.
What, you think it's because they're gonna die?
I'm saying men used to go to war, okay? Would it be that?
Just because they're not in the bike lanes doesn't mean they don't exist.
It's like, and if I'm trying to enjoy my brunch and I see one more dude walking around with his clicky bike shoes, like, I'm done with it. I'm done with your shit, Vancouver, okay? Keep it over there.
That's so funny. As if removing bike lanes is gonna wipe out an entire type of guy.
Also, I feel like that type of guy doesn't vote conservative. So maybe that was the master plan all along.
What?
Trim out the people who aren't going to vote for you by getting rid of the bike.
I feel like if you're in a car, you're probably more conservative leaning. I think generally.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't even imagine owning a car. It's kind of where I'm at on the political spectrum.
Is that because of your financial situation?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, nice of you to bring that up.
Go see Alistair in Vancouver,
Please
February
go see
15th.
my show. Please.
Okay, let's get another province going here. Let's do Quebec. Are you ready? So you ready? 1, 2, 3. Alistair just drew a cigarette. That's so good. That says so much. That's true.
I was maybe gonna draw something else, and then I thought, no, I'll just leave it.
Do you think the Quebec government was ever like, well, let's bring in vaping, and the people were just like rioting in the
this is the thing too. I don't even know. Again, I don't even know if I believe this. This is more of a. I've been to Montreal several times. I feel like people in Toronto smoke just as much as people in Montreal, but it's just a stereotype I have about the Quebecois that they're smoking. I guess. Kind of uncovering all the little biases in my brain.
Hey, you know. We're here for the hot takes. I did. Okay, so because my Ontario one had like I heart me, this one says je déteste everyone, but I don't. Yeah. Anyways, pretty shoddy translation. And then they're holding a croissant, and he's wearing a top hat.
A top hat.
Yeah.
Do they wear those there?
No, but like as I was visualizing this man, he needed that.
Don't they have that that big snowman? He doesn't wear a top hat.
Oh.
The bonhomme.
Oh.
He doesn't wear a top hat though, I don't think.
Maybe that's where
so. I'm thinking of Jack Frost.
To be honest, the top hat was a last 5 seconds kind of addition for no reason other than I thought his head looked naked.
Okay, fair enough.
It's cold there.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
very cold.
In my mind, like people in Montreal, I feel like are like, you know,
Yeah.
refined.
I want to
like
say that
maybe.
the smoking thing, I think they're cool. I do think Pick Up Ecuador people are cool. Every time that I go there, people, like I remember before I went, I was like, oh, I don't really speak any French. And people were like, oh, that's fine. Like you can get by. And you can get by, but what they don't tell you is that I felt so guilty the whole time. So guilty, especially if you're in certain parts of town where it's like Francophone. You go in and they ask you something in your French and you just kind of go, oh, so sorry. It feels like I'm back in like grade 5 and I haven't done the homework.
Yeah.
They ask me if I want un café and I'm like, est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes? You know?
Yeah. Do you want something embarrassing is that so I learned Spanish when I was in university, and so sometimes when I'll try to like think in French or speak French, which I don't speak French, obviously I barely speak Spanish, but like my brain goes like forward language must be Spanish, and I'll like start like creatively putting things together that just make no sense.
That's very bold of you. I just get so nervous I can't say anything at all.
Yeah.
That's my default.
You just
go mute.
Get a little tongue-tied. Okay, well, we'll get back to that when we talk about your dating life later. But we've got one more group of provinces to draw. Sorry, the territories. Should we draw the the territories. We said we were doing provinces.
Territories
we'll
is
come
mostly
back.
snow and ice.
Yeah. Also, you guys have suffered a lot in the territories. We're gonna leave you alone for this one. Okay, let's get the Maritimes down. Sorry, we're grouping you guys together like that, but Atlantic Canada.
Sure.
Get Newfoundland in there too. Newfoundland and Labrador. Where are you? 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Oh,
you got lobster.
Yeah, we went for the
makes more
same
sense.
kind of. Yeah, you got a fisher dude.
I got a guy fishing and he has a sailboat on his shirt.
That's really cute. It looks like he's wearing like rain boots.
Kind of.
too.
I guess he's small too. I made him small. He's kind of a young boy.
He's learning. This is his first time fishing.
This is where my mind went. I'll cheat. This is how my ADHD brain went. I went PEI, smallest province, small guy.
yeah. They got to be small.
That's all the thought.
The
that went
genetic
into it.
pool can't be that big out there, so they have to be smaller.
Yeah.
I think probably. You know. I don't know. We just offended people across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest dude from PEI just comes and beats us up.
I'm gonna go do a show in Charlottetown, and a giant man is gonna squish me.
Yeah. That's
I saw what you said.
podcast. Yeah. I did. Well, can you guess what I did?
So guy laughing, holding a lobster and a cell phone, I think, or
That's
maybe
a beer. Yeah.
A beer, and then there's, I suppose that's a lake.
That was actually
the ocean.
That's a rock.
That's a rock.
Yeah, because they call Newfoundland the Rock, and so I was trying to do a special shout out for them because we were just being sure that we included them in Atlantic Canada. And he's laughing because they're really. I always find people on the East Coast have like great senses of humor.
Definitely,
They're
some
like
of the
very
funniest people in the country for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I've been done a bunch of shows in Halifax. Actually, been there several times, and whenever I'm in Halifax, usually I'll go do like a local show. Mm-hmm. And there's some people there that are just naturally so funny.
Yeah.
Like it, and especially in contrast to people in Vancouver. Not to shit on Vancouver again.
Isn't it funny? So like we can't attribute it to being near the sea.
Well, I think people in Nova Scotia, or like people in Nova Scotia, but people in the Maritimes, I would say, even though, Nova Scotia is the only place in the Maritimes that I have been to, but I've met people from the other provinces, and they do just generally seem more sociable. They seem like the kind of people who would go down, have a pint at the pub, and just hang out. And
maybe it has to do with like what you were talking about earlier, about just kind of like the social landscapes of things.
Totally,
because I think like in smaller communities, like you're forced to know your neighbors.
And
a
also,
bit more,
it's I mean, there's a lot of natural beauty in the Maritimes, but it's also very, very cold most of the year. So you do kind of need to go into a place and hang out.
True.
And
That's cool. Alistair, thank you so much for interrogating the Canadian provinces with me like that.
I genuinely hope that no one is mad at me.
I think we were fair with how we roasted everyone. I don't think we didn't really pick specifically on anyone.
Yeah. I try to be sort of fair and balanced in the way that I draw stereotypes of people in provinces in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and in all my experience of doing that, for sure. Yeah, it's crazy. When I did it last week, it wasn't nearly as good.